In 1931, there was no better place to be a farmer than the Southern Plains. The rest of the nation was in the grip of the Great Depression. But in wheat country, they were reaping a record-breaking crop. Plains farmers had turned untamed prairie into one of the most prosperous regions in the country. At the turn of the century, when settlers gazed upon the Southern Plains, they had looked out over a vast expanse of shrubs and grasses. The land was green and lush, and the soil so rich, an observer noted that it looked like chocolate where the plow turned the sod. The newcomers did not realize that they were witnessing only a brief moment in an endless cycle of rain and drought. Yet boosters and promoters lured in farmers with the promise of heaven on earth.
You have railroad companies and states putting out advertisements encouraging people to think of this land as a bountiful land. The state of Kansas put out posters showing watermelons the size of small automobiles, grapes the size of bowling balls, corn that you had to pick by going up a ladder. And people were encouraged to believe that this was the Garden of Eden, if they would only have the courage to go out and challenge the land.
Thousands of eager settlers took up the challenge, bringing farming techniques that had worked well in the north and east. Confident of rain, unmindful of wind, they plowed mile after mile of virgin sod. With the outbreak of World War I, Washington wanted wheat. Wheat would win the war. With record high prices, the promise of the land was coming true. Millions of acres of grassland would feel the plow for the first time. The race was on to turn every inch of the Southern Plains into profit. Then, in the summer of 1931, the rains stopped. Wheat withered in the fields, leaving the land naked and vulnerable to the menacing winds. But no one was prepared for what was to come.
Rent's too high and the market's too low. We ask for credit and they all say no. We got good people and they all know well what the poor old farmer makes they can't sell now.
By 1933, prices for farm products in Depression America were at rock bottom. In the South, because of overproduction, cotton growers lost money on every acre they planted. In the plantation system, trouble at the top was often read on the faces of people at the bottom. The tenant farmers who worked someone else's land with their own mules, tools, and seed paid 1/4 of the crop as rent. And further down the ladder, the sharecroppers, who could furnish nothing but their labor, paid fully half their crop as rent.